Hello YouTubers, it's Travis. Welcome back for the history of draft. I gotta warn you here. I'm gonna tell you a little story first, and then I'll let you go in and watch the draft. I had not slept for about 3 weeks when I recorded this history of draft video. I am in an awful mood for what you're about to watch. I apologize for what I say in my behavior. I'm a very grumpy Travis. For your knowledge in the future, if you're ever assigned a diuretic for blood pressure, a diuretic is a medicine that makes you pee a lot. You don't want to take it before bed for 3 weeks and wonder why you keep waking up every hour to pee and then not sleep and get as grumpy as I was here. That's pretty stupid, and that's what I did. So if you're wondering why I was so grumpy then and not so grumpy now, that's why. If this was just a regular draft video, I'd have just deleted it and not made you guys watch how grumpy I was. But it's the history of draft. So I'm going to complain about the game. I'm going to complain about streaming. I'm going to yell at some of my stream viewers. I'm going to say I'm never playing Magic again. Just bear with me. Sorry for all the grump. I hope you enjoy the history of draft. All right, we've got Paul Ukrainos Unchained. I know what this does. I have played with it before because it's in cube. Got Binding of the Titans. 3 cards from their graveyard in their library. Exile 2 cards from a graveyard. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Glimpse of Freedom. Draw a card with Escape. Anax I have played before. He is also in cube. Mantle, that's the same thing we had in the last set. I remember that. This turns something into a fish. Counter a creature or enchantment. That's probably pretty good. I gotta imagine Paul Ukrainos is pretty stupid. Yeah, Paul Ukrainos is not a doctor. You can clearly see that Paul is an attorney. I imagine Farika's Libation is good. I imagine the Soul Reaper is pretty good. But yeah, let's start with Paul and see where him go. Enters a battlefield. So it's a 4-mana 6/6. That's pretty dumb. Yes, he works with Brian Comer. I like it. So what's the downside on this? You can't attack unless you have another ferocious creature. Okay. First strike, trample, haste, crew 1. Flash, ETB, get a creature, sack it, draw 2. 5/4 for 5. ETB, target creature gets +1/+1/+0 in menace? No, indestructible? Final Death, huh? Ooh, there's also this Caryatid. I don't know if you can do 5-color green in this set. I have no idea what's in this set. This will be the first draft of it I've ever done in my life. I kind of just want to force black-green and play Paul Ukrainos and not have to do anything super complicated. Just take every escape creature I have, green and black removal spells and creatures. Like, this looks like I shouldn't be second picking it, but I want to be able to kill things. I don't know if this is the premium removal in the format because removal was bad here, or if it's actually really good. I know Omen of the Forge is decent. Cast a spell on your opponent's turn. Okay. Well, let's look at the black and green stuff first, because I may just continue to force this. That's a way to get in and do a draft in a format that you haven't drafted before. Target creature gains trample, X's number of counters. Wow, that's a long saga. Omen, search your library for basic land. Put it on the battlefield. Okay. ETB, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. That's probably actually decent. Other creatures you control have trample. Yeah, imagine this is decent. I'm thinking I can kind of, like, because if we're looking at who I'm passing to, like, Thangarth knows how to draft. The game mechanic knows how to draft. I can take this and just cut black to pieces. Be like, don't play black. I'm going to try to do that because I don't know this format and don't know what's good. But I know we opened a busted mythic. And if I can play it, the games where I draw it, I'll probably win. So the 2/1 that makes a goat. Enchanted creature gets +2, -1. Oh, that's interesting. Don't take too many escape. They're eating the same pie. Yeah, but I mean, you want to have enough that you'll draw some of them, presumably. And this is a fight spell, right? ETB, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target. Yeah, this is a fight spell. I think I would like this blessing. I'm just going to take black creatures and green creatures and removal spells in these 2 colors, and we'll see where it goes. I can kind of signal as I'm going. So I'm going to essentially rail myself here just because there's too much information to absorb all at once. Yeah, the deck looks good so far. I assume. Okay, there's the sacrifice draw cards, dude. That seems good. I still bet that Harpy's really neat. There's no green here, but that's kind of fine. That means someone else is helping me cut green. Yeah, I don't know how good the Soul Reaper is. I imagine that was like a black-red thing, because we had already seen like an act of treason. So that probably doesn't really go in this color pair very much, but 2/1 flyers, probably decent. And I could get off of green if I have to. I just don't think I'll have to. It's kind of fun to jump in and draft a set I've never drafted. Yeah, somebody is really helping me cut green. Which means I may end up splashing it. Whenever another creature becomes a target of an ability of a land you control named Labyrinth. What? So this is a pumpable Minotaur, essentially, and a black 2-drop. Omen of the Sun looks pretty good. I also feel like Thrill of Possibility seems pretty good. I'm just going to take the 2-drop for black. I don't have any yet, but I might get into red if we continue to not see green cards and just splash Paul. I don't know what the fixing's like in this set, but we already saw a Traveler's Amulet, so there's probably more of that. It exiles a non-land card from among them. You put the rest into your hand. So I pay 5 mana, they get 1 card, I get... Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. 2/2 that I can pump. Nyxborn Marauder. Oh, look at this Nyxborn Marauder. How are you doing, buddy? Continue to take a black card. But it does look like red is open and I should maybe get in on it. Like, that's a stat line I just can't ignore. 1 damage to everything they have. These don't look good. It's a Borderland Minotaur. I mean, I can continue forcing and just take this thing. I'm kind of down with that. I assume I can get a combat trick somewhere too. Nyx Wardens. 1/3, enchantment ETB, you gain 2 life. Not a fan. I'll take the Unknown Shores in case I have to splash this. I don't want to splash something off of just an Unknown Shores, because it's really crappy fixing. Like, I've played with that card before, and I imagine it's just as bad here as it was in Innistrad. When it was Shimmering Grotto. It's a 1/3 flyer for 3. Meh. This thing looks okay. I'll take one of those. I mean, Allure of the Unknown is card advantage, but it's like your opponent gets the best of your top 5, and then you get the other 4. And they get to cast it for free. That's the part that kind of got me. Okay, if it's open, we'll do it. That sacrifice dude would have to wheel. I also really think we'll get hooked up on green in the next pack. I remember drafting black-red Minotaurs in Theros and liking it. I'm going to take this just for signaling purposes. It looks pretty bad. Mixborn Brute, eh? It's a large card. Fruit of Cirrus, eh? All right, we do have some Allure of the Unknown if I want that. If this was a sorcery, excuse me, an instant, I think we could talk about maybe getting it in there, but... Is this ramp shoot if you're close to monocolor? This is a Sack dude. Another Sack dude. There's a Potent of Betrayal. There's Myers Grasp dude. That looks like just premium removal. This thing also looks pretty good. It's a 3/3 that just comes back and starts smacking people. I like that. I think I'm going to go with the Myers Grasp for starters, because I still would really like to be green and just have good mana and get to play Paul. Let's see if I get hooked up with green here. I still feel like I probably should, because I did not pass any good green. If signaling works in current year, we're going to get some green. Liar was in the old Theros. It was okay. That's probably just a kill spell, like a Swords to Pacifism. Funeral Rites looks okay too. Like, this was an expensive way to do it, but you could kill something you needed to kill with it. Thing is, it looks like this is just going to kill everything too, and do it for 1 mana at instant speed, so I'm not going to pass Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, we're just jumping in. This is what we're doing. Somebody's taking all the good green escape creatures, because I know there were some common ones. Yeah, I've played with the Liar before. Destiny Spindler I liked. Voracious Typhoon looks real nice too. We are indeed getting hooked up on green, which I expected that we would here. Man, I like a lot of this, but I think I like this one unless this Devourer is like busted. You mill yourself. +1/+1 and can't be blocked. I mean, that's a nice mana sink, but so is this. This is something I can do late if I flood out. Also a 2 mana 2/3, that's kind of dumb. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And I'd like to grab probably 2 more escape cards at some point in the draft. I think that would be how you'd want to do it. is a guess. Leah's Huntmaster looks okay for a deck that isn't us. I imagine those Rage Hounds are busted. But I think I'm pretty far away from playing that. Yeah, I'm competing with people near me for the same colors, I think, but I'm kind of okay with it. I'm going to take a Funeral Rites. If I do get 2 more escape creatures, I'll be happy with that. And I'm not planning to play the Shores. It's an interesting way to try to close out a game. I don't mind having that as an early blocker. It's giving reach to a deck that wouldn't normally have it. That seems quite good. Banana bread with peanut butter on it is surprisingly good. I think the lamb pad just reads good. Allure of the unknown. We've got that to splash if we want to. We've also got a Soul Guide Lantern. And I've just got another Scavenging Harpy. That seems kind of fine to me. I can play these dudes. Eat my opponent's graveyard. Aspect of the Lamprey seems like something I could play. Not something I'm terribly excited about, but I could play it. Because the rest of this doesn't seem good except for potentially the Aspirin if you're going for that. So I think we take this for a playable. Like, we're doing fine on playables. If I can get, what, 6 cards out of the next pack, we're good to go. Because, like, I've got some stuff in here we could play if we have to. I really did think green would open up, and it didn't. But it's kind of fine. Grim Physician looks cool. I like that. Do I have a combat trick? I don't really, and I probably won't one, so I could take this Gift of Strength. We're getting to the dregs. Let's just take a combat trick. Yeah, I think that looks playable to me as well. I should probably pick one up when we see one, but they've been going by pretty consistently. Dang it, Bobby. I'd have taken it there, but it wasn't there for me. It's going to hack up Portent of Betrayal. What the heck is this that's supposed to be on the card? Is that a raccoon bat? Library for basic land card. I guess if we do want to splash, we could do it with this. That's supposed to be a lemur? Okay. It's an ugly lemur. I mean, I'm sure his mama think he cute, but no, dog. I've sighted in fog before. Lemurs are kind of bat raccoons, but they got thumbs. How you gonna make a lemur picture and not put thumbs on it? I don't feel like this is going too bad for not knowing the set at all. But I guess the proof of the pudding is in the tasting, as they say. Woe Strider I know is good. And it gives me another escape creature. This also seems like it would be pretty good too. Yeah, just letting your other creatures enter with a counter seems great. We could play Timmy, I guess. He looks pretty good. God, I just want this pack. Our deck would be great if we just take the whole thing. But I can take the rare. Like I said, I'd be happy with one more escape creature. And I have no idea how aggressive this set's supposed to be. And honestly, it doesn't matter. It matters how aggressive this pod is going to be. But it is nice to draft a set and not see a bunch of one-drops. That may have been the beginning of my disillusionment with Limited, where they started printing one-drops all over the place. It doesn't matter if they're good or not. If they print them, people will play them. Enters a battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, and then shuffle. So I play a 5-mana 4/4 lifelink, and I get to go get Paul or the Woe Strider. That seems pretty good to me. The Piter looks pretty good too. And I am a little weak to flyers, but this seems bananas. I don't know why this llama looks like a snake, but I like the card. This is kind of black deck with light green splash. I probably should pick up some more 2/3s or whatever, because like I don't really have anything to do this blessing fight with, because the Harpies can't really do it. Hateful Eidolon. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura. No thank you. Mogus's Favor seems okay. Huntmaster seems okay. Tower Scout seems quite nice for us.
Been extremely busy with a promotion, but I promise I am still here. Hope all is well with you and the missus.
Thank you, Jeff. I hope things are well in your world, my friend. It's good to see you again. And congratulations on the promotion. I think I just like a 3-mana 3/3. It's kind of filling a hole we don't have right now. I remember having Mexican food with Jeff and Scott. It was a good time. What is this? That seems pretty good. Huh. Libation seems good too. I would kind of like to have another 2-drop. I can take the Libation. That flexibility seems nice. I can probably find another 2. Witness of Tomorrow seems pretty good too. Yeah, I guess that blue-red 2-drop wheeling all the way around was kind of a clue that could have been open. I mean, that thing seems okay. Surprisingly not busted, now that I read it again. But okay. I'm just going to take this in case we do decide we want to splash something. It would kind of surprise me. And I think we're good. I need 3 more playables, and if it has to be random Omen of the Hunt, Aspect, and, I don't know, another Gift of Strength, we can make it work. But that probably gives me enough to splash something if I want to. Oh yeah, I'm not going to play it. I was just trying to evaluate how good it was. I'm not going to splash for something at 3 mana. There's a Soul Reaper if we just want to call it done. That feels like a real glut of 3-drops. I don't particularly like that, but I think we'll play one. The lifelink seems okay. I'm probably going to end up playing it. It's hard to tell what is open other than not green. Green is not open. Except I get this. The Underworld Charger may even be better. It probably is. Because I'm not even ramping to that much, but now the splash is on. We can splash powerful cards like Island and Portent of Betrayal. I fondly recall my dad being interviewed by a neurologist, and the neurologist asked him if he'd been having any memory problems, and he looked genuinely confused and said, "How the hell would I know?" Finish it up with another one of these, call it a dag. Seems all right. I mean, that was something that actually happened. That I thought was amusing. So I don't love the can't block clause, but the idea that this can just come down and start smacking you seems great. I think I want to bring it in when I'm on the play, is my plan with that. That might be crazy, but we'll see. What did the hat say to the scarf? I have no idea. But I am very interested to find out. Ooh, a plume. That seems good. We're quite weak to flyers. That feels like it didn't go too bad. You hang around here, I'll go on ahead. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, we got a Huntmaster too. That's probably better than that, because this may give something +1/+0 once. Who doesn't want a Borderland Minotaur with upside? I'll play that too if somebody's weak to it. Sage of Mysteries. That's what we should have done. I didn't know there was a mill card in the format, or I'd have gone for the mill deck for sure. All right, I can work with this. I can work with this. think I'm pretty comfortable with this. We just want to get the lands sorted, right? I think I like, it's too many 2-drops. I always do this when I end up lightly splashing a color and just end up with too much of the other color. Because this deck wants to have a 10-7 mana base. The problem is it's all of its early game. Well, I say all of its early game. A lot of its early game is green. So like you can look at a deck like this and tell that I wasn't really drafting what was open. I more or less forced it. And this is the punishment for it. Like you can still get a deck. I've got a very playable deck. I think the power level's here. But like this deck wants 10 swamps and it can't play them. I still have to do the 9/8. It's almost like we're splashing for 2-drops in our mono black deck. Like it'll work. It'll work. All right, let's go. Round 1, fight. I assume I'll win. I plan to win every draft I ever do, so why wouldn't I win this? Do you? I didn't know we were the same age, Manny. I thought you were younger than me. You're 77? I don't believe you're 77. $1977. Okay, I was born in 78. Born in a mining town in 78. But I don't want to get DCMA'd. Never mind. Horsefish. So we can Edict and then play a 4/3, I reckon. This is an instant, but I don't see why I'd let him untap. I'd rather him sacrifice the Devourer of Memory, but maybe he doesn't. Neat. I can only assume I chose incorrectly. Horsefish, obviously. I can only imagine it's a new type of heroine. Magic does still involve lands and drawing too many of them. That has been my experience with Magic lately. Use a few more lands and we'll be fine. I need to play them all out in case we draw that turn a land into a dude card. Well, I'm making sure to play out the land so John can tell I flooded as bad as him. I don't want him to complain about flooding. It's important. If you're curious, the Mana Leak and the game mechanic are both streaming this as well. So you can be watching John's perspective at twitch.tv/themanaleak and the game mechanic at twitch.tv/thegamemechanic. I would encourage you to watch all three of us. Oh, fair enough. Okay. I could see that perspective. I found that it adds tension, but I used to do coverage, and I liked doing coverage and having all of the information there and kind of thinking about how the plays would go back and forth. So we're going to go on the draw. I don't think I want the Charger on the draw. All I wanted to draw was a Funeral Rites in that game, but Plummet should have targets against blue, right? I feel like I just cut a mediocre creature and play a Plummet. I don't know what blue was trying to do in Theros, but generally speaking, they had flyers. How are you so good at shooter games and you're older than me, Manny? I've been using that as my excuse. Like, well, I'm not good at shooter games, obviously, because I'm 500 years old. It's like, wait, what? That didn't register for a minute. I assumed Manny was like early 30s. Do I care? I mean, fine, you got me. Giddy up! Don't like shooting things? That's fair. I like shooting games, but I'm notoriously bad at them. This thing's great. It's just Paul, right? If you would, exclamation point, Paul, you will learn the truth about Paul Ukrainos. Paul Ukrainos and Brian Comer are here to defend you in a court of law. I'm an aggro boy. Why him bounce disc when I would replay it and give disc the thing with the stuff in the place? I don't understand. He's got something and I don't like it. Might be counter smell. Why doesn't this have flash? I wish that it had flash. I still don't want to use the fight spell. Just get the birds going. Ah, okay. Resolves. Don't really need to kill any of that. This has got like some card advantage things going, but I'd have to kill the Soul Reaper first. I think I'm just going to sacrifice my goat end of turn. When he plays something I have to counter, I'll counter it. John does like bounce spells a lot. I might need to go ahead and kill that Devourer. Let's see if he's got another one. Like, I know he gets to draw the card. That's fine. This thing will actually kill me. Oh, duh. Boop. So we do need to, like, begin to close things out. I've got a pretty good attack with the 5-6, but that leads to him swinging back with the 5-5, and don't like that so much. if I give something, what is this, +3? He doesn't really have great blocks for this, which is fine by me. I don't think I need to Final Death the Devourer just yet. Acceptable. Yeah. You got me. So I need how many for this? 6 other cards for that one and 4 cards for this one. It's kind of hard to escape. All right, cool. I like that he's taking damage. So I could let go of Paul and play this now. I mean, it's kind of one or the other, you know? See you later, Paul. Value. So much value. This is my entire experience of the format. This is my first game of Theros Beyond Death. That one was interesting, I guess. Not ready to declare it best format ever, but I like it when I win. That's pretty cool. And I got a reward, apparently. Round 2. Fight. I need to add them on there. TCG Showdown, Epic Showdown. You can see it up here on the banner. And they're all listed as links under my profile. I do need to update that. Thank you. We started with Ixalan. We've been doing all of the sets that have appeared in MTG Arena. Yeah, I don't draft those other supplementary sets. I legitimately hate them. Those sets are like drafting for people who don't know how to draft or don't like drafting. I never understood why anyone ever plays those, frankly. Let's just ball. It's okay for you to like it. I shouldn't be that critical. I intensely dislike them. They feel like they're too much on rails. I don't like drafting on rails. My favorite format is Chaos Draft. It's very okay for you to like them. It's okay for anybody to like them. I just don't want to play. Oh crap, I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I forgot what that did. It's very okay for you to like them. You can like all of them. That's cool. I'm glad you guys like them. That's neat. Sorry, I don't want to play them. That's okay too. So it's very okay for me not to like them. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to Myers grasp this thing. Because he's kind of stuck on nothing. I think I'm going to, because I've got a lot to do with my mana in the upcoming turns. I like low-powered sets. So turbo-powered sets I'm never particularly interested in. But I'm glad they exist for the people who enjoy them. I gotta be careful not to be hypercritical of things I don't like. There's no reason for me to like, I don't like it and you shouldn't either. Yeah, I'm just gonna die to that flyer because I screwed that up. That's funny. don't know that I have time for that. I'd really like to draw a removal spell for that flyer. Well, I have to be really careful because I sometimes get in the mindset of, how many do I need for this? A lot more than I have. I can sometimes get in the mindset that the type of limited I enjoy is real limited. And the silly stuff they make now is dumb magic for babies. It's like, I don't need to die on that heel. I don't need to argue that limited used to be better. It's different than it used to be. I talked some about it this morning where like some people enjoy WoW Classic, some people enjoy WoW Retail. They're just different games. It's okay to like them. Alright, I do need to find a solution to these. Hour of Devastation. Just leave me close to dead, but not entirely dead. I really wish I had paid attention to that Alseid. I forgot that it did that. Otherwise, we could have used the Myers Grasp first and then gotten this afterwards. We just couldn't do anything about it. But I really need to let stuff like that go. That's a challenge for me. That's, I think, part of why I got so frustrated last night playing Magic. All right, we probably do want the Plume, to say the least. Probably not the Scout. Going on the play, so I think I do want the Charger. I kind of don't think I need as much of the early game. Like, this Skirmisher isn't really doing much for me either. Yeah, I've just got to be at peace with the game has changed. It's okay that I liked it better in the past. The new game isn't that bad. But it's also okay if I don't want to play it, right? Like, there's that too. Don't think we can keep a one-lander. All right. This has some options. But for me, limited was more fun when sets weren't designed for limited. Or were just barely designed for limited. Boop. You're probably, you may even be right. Mirage was, I think, the first set designed for limited, if I recall correctly. And I drafted it when it came out. But I've got to settle on it's okay for different people to like different things and not try to argue my case anymore. The ship has sailed. I will not be loading up Magic Online again for any reason whatsoever. Oh my god, that was terrible. I paid money to suffer. We will not be doing that again. I've tried twice now to play Magic Online, and it was... Oh my god, it was so bad. Okay. So I could punch that, get in for 3, 4. And then drain him to death. Okay. Do I have to fight? I don't have to fight. I guess I already chose to fight. I should have sacrificed that. Well, I think it's stupid. Yeah, so I went back to Magic Online and it was just laggy and terrible, and I spent $24 to have a really bad time. That was not fun. No. I don't want to either. Oh. I don't like it and haven't played it in a long time. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Justin. Maybe that's it. Is sim old is actually what's happening. Like, I'm just not having a good time whenever I sit down to play Magic. I'm probably supposed to care and sacrifice this, but whatever. You probably got me. I don't want to play anymore. But that's the answer. I should have sacrificed it to itself. Boop. May still be able to do it, eh? That would be the win. Had we done that properly. Exclamation point SBB explains is a like 10-minute video explaining the basics. So is it the insight that gives it lifelink? It is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that'll kind of give you like the how the game functions sort of deal. I don't know that it's a problem, Chewgum. Like, and I say I don't like it. I am in a very frustrated place with MTG Arena. It's not actually Magic. I still like Magic, but Arena and Magic Online have just frustrated me. And every time I have tried to stream Magic, I've been irritated for the past couple weeks. Like, I can stream Storybook Brawl and be happy, having a good time, and it's not losing or winning. That seems to not matter entirely. I can lose at Storybook Brawl and giggle all the way, and I can win at Magic and still be miserable. It's just not fun anymore. I was hoping that going back and drafting some of these old sets would be good, and that I could maintain a positive mental attitude while playing this one, but I'm frustrated. So I'm like, I don't want to be doing this. I'll still give it a try. But I may need to just step away for a good little bit. The interrupted sleep is also probably really not helping. Like, I can imagine it's difficult to be in a good mood about something when you just missed a bunch of sleep. I feel like that aspect of the Lamprey would be good here. I'm gonna give that a go. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't think I need the charger. Like, it's probably more likely I'm just tired and grumpy, and if I get a good night's sleep, I'll be fine. Does it make a lot of sense? We just play the other flyer. I'm still really struggling with, like, feeling like the way I enjoyed playing is the right way to play. I don't know, it's tough. That's not actually fair. What bothers me isn't me saying that. The way that I enjoy playing is the way that I enjoy playing, and nothing will change that. I enjoy people, I don't enjoy people arguing with me about it. This set's actually really good. You should try it. It's like, no, I know, or I don't know, you know? I don't know. I think the tired grumpy thing has probably got more to do with it than anything else, because I had to stop streaming this morning and go take a nap. Yeah, but I don't think I normally do that, Alexis. I was kind of teasing there because I feel like we built a little bit of a rapport. Is that not an instant? I was convinced that was an instant. That's fine. Boop. Be. Go get him, team. Like, I feel like I got to find a way to explain what I'm feeling, because there's a lot of it tied up to, I still can't get over that I wasn't invited to the Mythic Invitational. That still hurts me. It shouldn't, and I had no right to expect that or think that that should happen. But it still just, I don't know, it felt weird, man. Like half of the testing group I tested with for the Twitch Rivals tournament got invited and I performed better than they did. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And I've been angry at the way Wizards worked with content creators since then. GG's Timber. Like I remember reaching out to the director at the time and being like, what I would really like is maybe some gems so I could keep streaming limited. Because like I can get to 60%, sometimes 65, sometimes even 70, but it's still costing me more money than I'm making streaming, and it's a problem. And they responded to me with like, hey, here's some ideas on building your stream. Have you considered having a guest on? And I was like, you don't know that I've been streaming Magic for 6 years. I guess my background was also in selling like recognition products. So it's like, guys, this is so easy to do right. But you do have to know that you're supposed to do it right. I don't know. I've been grumpy with Magic for a while now. Graham, thank you for the resub. But I'm going to explain to you guys. Y'all spam some cats for Graham. I think I know the answer to all of this, and I'm going to explain it. Because I said this earlier, but I don't think most of you were here. So I'm going to tell you a little story while we're doing our Stream Raiders battle. All right. So I'm on a medication for blood pressure, and I'm on a medication for cholesterol, and I take them in the evenings. The blood pressure medication wasn't doing quite enough, and I needed to go on a diuretic. And I'd been taking it before bedtime, and then wondering why I wake up to pee 5 times every night. As it turns out, you're supposed to take those in the morning. So I may actually be able to sleep again, and once I've gone a night or two being able to sleep, at that point I may be like, hey, everything that I hate and think is stupid, I don't. Because I really try not to insult things that people like, but I've been doing it a lot lately. Man, we can't get through this one. Oh, we did get through this one. Yay, we're amazing. Orcish with the kills, Beef with the assists, rewards for Orcish, Timber, and Beef. No, that's the story. I'm grumpy because I wake up all the time to pee. And maybe tonight I won't have to. That'd be awesome. It's crazy how important sleep is. But I mean, there's also good stuff. Like Jim's in charge now, and all of my communications with Jim have been good. He's been great. Well, I've still managed to be kind to Sim Life. I just haven't managed to be kind to Magic. I don't need to be mad at Magic, and I don't need to feel like I feel like my limited resume is enough that there should be some sort of like, hey, this dude knows what he's talking about when you come in. But like, you're also just not going to get that on the internet, right? Like, I can be okay with that. I can definitely be okay with that. And I'm such a mess right now. All right, here we go for the final round. We will try not to complain. Yeah, you can Google MTGA Draft app and get to it. Looks like it'll work. This is the finals. I decided that Falco won because Neek and Thangarth have been apparently trying to get a game going since 3. Trying exactly sure what happened. What does this do? Pumps. Okay. Let's get the goat. That seems a little easier to get out. Also, we could just draw Paul. That's enough to play him and use him, right? Well, there you go. A heroic finish. So we might be interested in blocking. X1s are also looking a little questionable. They're going to make that adjustment again. And I do kind of dig the escape dude on the play. That was a beating is what that was. Right. Let's try that again. That Rapid Flames is just going to blow me out here, but I don't think there's much I can do about it. Do I care about that? Probably. I certainly don't mind the milling. We've got 5 drain. Just a little bit more stalling will get us there. And a few more lands, obviously. I have to assume I'm pretty close to dead. We win if we draw a creature, right? No, we got him. Unless he kills this before it deals damage. I couldn't agree with you more, Spadoni. I don't want the charger on the draw. This is the finals. I saw absolutely no communication to me from you or Thangarth in the channel for an hour and 15 minutes. I messaged you both privately, neither responded, and I pinged you both in the channel and neither responded. So I assumed that you'd never started playing the game. That's okay. Just if this should happen again in the future, tell me that. Because the last communication I saw was, tell me when you're ready, and then nothing for an hour and a long time. Right? We saw, no worries, ping me when you're ready at 3:37. Like, if I know you're playing, we'll wait, but I had no idea what was going on. That's why I like to do the communication in Discord rather than through any other means, so people will know what you're doing. Okay. You guys are welcome to go back and play this deck or whatever you'd like. Yeah, again, absolutely fine. I just need to know. Because we certainly could have waited. I don't know. That was when I messaged you guys, I was like, are they playing? What are they doing? It's all good, Nick and Thangarth. I am sorry that you missed out. I just didn't know that. I had no idea what was going on. Down with the 2-for-1. I thought they had a combat trick and I was going to try to get him with the final death is what was happening there. They're going to exile my Paul. I don't care for that. Yeah, so they really couldn't have done anything there. Fair enough. Unglued, thank you for the 50 months of support. Hex yeah. Much appreciated, my friend. What are they going to get back? Renata, probably? I just want to exile that and clonk them for 9. That seems pretty good. They did have a gift of strength. I knew they did. Oop. Everybody grab a leg, indeed. So now I understand how to win my own draft tournament. And the way to do that is to cut out half of the competitors and play a set I've never played before. I'll take it. I am sorry for dropping you guys. I just didn't know. I was like, that game was supposed to be done at, like, we started at 3. It's, you know, an hour and a half later. I'm really sorry that we dropped you guys. But I can tell I'm a grumpy old man in a bad mood right now. So I think I'm going to call it here and go chat with Spadone some. We'll do our Stream Raiders battle. And a big thank you to my patrons. Thank you, Paul, Punk, Hero, Joe, Jesse, Jacob, Scott, Fasty, Rich, Brandon, John, and Jazzy. I appreciate y'all.